Here's the Warriors executing a brilliant play right off the bat. As Draymond Green goes over 2 staggered screens, Steph Curry meanwhile sets a subtle back screen for Wiggins, and this opens up the runway for him to deliver this electrifying alley-oop. See, that's just one of the plays that makes their offense hard to predict, and in this video, we're going to run down some of their signature plays to see what makes the Golden State Warriors offense so unique and lethal. Anyways, let's kick things off with the bread and butter, which is the split action. Here's Draymond at the top overseeing the play, and when the defense doesn't switch, Curry will just knock this one through straight up off the curl. Now, when the defense shows up to contest the shooter, the screener then becomes a roll man, and here, Klay Thompson finds Looney, who slides to the rim for an easy bucket. When guarding the Warriors, you should always be alert at all times and constantly communicating with your teammates, because as you saw in the previous plays, the Dubs are surely going to make you pay the moment they see a lapse in your defense. Anyways, what I love about the split action is that the pieces of this set play are interchangeable and constantly adapting to the situation regardless of the personnel available. Here's what I mean. See, after Draymond gave up the ball to Kuminga, Steph suddenly set a screen for Jordan Poole on the weak side in an attempt to free him up. However, when this option gets denied, the split action quickly turns into a pin-down play, and Steph just curls above the Draymond screen to knock down this wide-open three. Anyways, here's another variation of their split action play. When Steph's split action with DiVincenzo didn't go as planned, Curry continued moving to the opposite wing. As DiVincenzo tries to break down the defense, JaMychal Green gives a solid pick to free up Curry, and that little airspace is all Steph needed to splash this one home. With the way they're opening up scoring opportunities with their split action, the Warriors lead the league in screen assists with 11.3 as well as points converted coming off screens with 28.8 points. Anyways, aside from initiating actions coming at the top, the split action can also be executed coming from the post. See, after getting denied at the top, Steph swings the ball to DiVincenzo, who then makes the entry pass to Draymond inside to start the action. Now, when Curry's backdoor gets shut down, DiVincenzo sets up a flare screen for Steph, and Steph returns the favor by making this wide-open three. And in another post-split action play, JP3 looks to set a screen for DiVincenzo so he can curl above going towards the wing. However, DiVincenzo disrupts this action by making a sharp backdoor cut, which Draymond sees, and he just punctuates this play with a nasty facial. Now, aside from the split action, the Warriors also have other nice sets in their playbook, like the one I personally call as the slip backdoor play. It goes something like this. This play usually starts with a ball screen at the top, which initiates a two-man game. Now, when both defenders try to stop the ball handler, the screener, which is Looney in this play, will shift into a roll man. Because of this, the weak side helper has no choice but to step up and help. And when this happens, the corner guy sneaks behind the defense for an easy, uncontested bucket. Here it is again. Draymond quickly slides inside coming from the handoff, and when the help defense shows up, Draymond just throws an alley-oop to JaMychal Green, who made a cut at the baseline. Well, speaking of making cuts, it is not surprising that they're the most efficient team in the league when it comes to this category, as they convert 15.5 points through cut plays alone. Anyways, aside from the split action, the Warriors are also capable of creating havoc offensively with their dribble handoff. In this play, Klay drives initially to draw out the defense. When it collapses, he kicks it out to Draymond in the corner and just watches how he sets up Curry in the corner with his nice behind-the-back dime. And since the defense would always focus on the shooters in this type of action, the passers, like Draymond in this instance, will mix it up with fake handoffs from time to time to confuse the defensive coverage and make them second-guess the next time around. In terms of handoffs, the Dubs ranked second behind the Sacramento Kings in this category. And this is no surprise because Kings coach Mike Brown is also utilizing the same read and react offensive system, which he learned from being an assistant coach for the Dubs in the last couple of years. Anyways, another variation of their handoff play comes in their own version of the give and go. See, here's Steph at the top of the key. After receiving the ball, he hands it back to JP3 and sets a screen for him. And with an open lane ahead of him, JP3 just does his thing by finishing this one with an extra deep sauce on the side. Now, in this post-play give and go, JP3 attacks the baseline to draw the defense. And when three white shirts gang up on him, he then finds Moody cutting in the middle, who then caps it off with a dunk. What I love about the Dubs' offensive system is you would rarely see guys just standing around or ball watching because they're always active in finding the gaps of the defense by cutting, setting up screens, or going for backdoors to score easy buckets. And on top of all this, their ball movement and unselfishness are the real factors why their offense is so hard to contain. I mean, take a look at this possession. DiVincenzo goes for an entry pass to Wiseman right here. When the defense gambled, it led to an open lane for DiVincenzo to attack the lane. When he realizes that the defense is all over him, he then kicks it to Ty Jerome, who then swings it to JP3, which results in a wide open splash. As you saw in that clip, 4 Warriors players were able to touch the ball in that possession, and with that kind of ball movement, the Warriors registered the highest assist output in the NBA this season with an average of 321.6 passes made. And they also have the quickest touch time under the 2-second time frame, which means that the ball only stays less than 2 seconds with a certain player before it gets passed on to another. Anyways, aside from their set plays, the Dubs are also good at drawing good plays coming off timeouts, especially during clutch situations. See, down by 3 against the Pistons, Ty Jerome throws a long inbounds pass at the man in the corner. Now, instead of shooting the ball, this turned out to be a misdirection play after all, because as the pass was up in the air, Looney was already setting a flare screen for Klay, and this action led to Klay hitting a tough 3 on the run, which tied the ball game. Now, in this final play, Steve Kerr drew a brilliant misdirection play once again against the Grizzlies with a little acting job coming from Jordan Poole. See, as the Dubs are setting up the play, you can see that JP3 tells Klay to curl above the screen, which he did. However, this was just a decoy all along. And when he caught his man in a bad defensive position, JP3 quickly sneaks right underneath the basket to score the game-winning layup. The Dubs' free-throwing read and react offense has won them 4 championships in the last 8 years, and there's no doubt that they're in line to win a few more with the way their roster is structured right now. I mean, what makes their offense so lethal is the fact that each player knows what their roles are, and more importantly, they are trusting one another in making the right reads, which is why their offense will continuously flourish regardless of which players are running it.